What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want to lay this topic out as the first of two that I'll cover. One will segue into the other. I want to give this to all rappers, especially rappers, but rappers, singers, anybody in the entertainment field, just personalities, people who have built themselves up just by being personalities and getting known off of that. Anything that constitutes a camera and a microphone being placed in front of you. Let me give you some Big Brother game real quick. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to think 5 times before you speak. And in this day and age, the importance of that is so great because a lot of times when we think we somebody, even when we are somebody to other people, we let our mouth go ahead of our mind, of our brain. We let the willingness to want to hear ourselves speak supersede logic and reason. So we find ourselves saying things that we shouldn't say, whether those things be about ourselves or, more importantly, we say things about other people and other people's situations that we not only are not qualified to speak on, but even if you have knowledge of it, you shouldn't be talking about it. Plain and simple, because it's not for you to talk about. One of the biggest mistakes that we make as personalities, artists, whatever it is, people who the mic is put in front of them, we feel like we are qualified to address it just because somebody asked it. You know, if they asking me, then they must value my view on it. And sometimes they might value your view on it, but other times, most of the time, they plan on your ignorance because they know you ignorant. So I know he gonna give me some content. I know she gonna say something ridiculous that's gonna pop this thing off. And while that's cool in some instances, there are other instances where it works against you. It's not to your benefit, and you have to be very um, careful about the things you choose to talk about. And people will say, okay, well, yeah, be careful because somebody do something to you behind something you said. Absolutely. That's absolutely the truth. But sometimes it's not about physical problems that you may end up having. It could be more about your name, your brand, the um, the assassination of your character, or you assassinating your own character by opening your mouth in ignorance. So what we have to understand, man, is that media training is a real live thing. And people say, well, what is media training? Media training in its formal capacity is when people who handle celebrities, handle athletes, and such and such, they will talk to people and say, hey, they will train you on how to avoid and duck and dodge certain questions and how to dance around certain questions, or how to just say, well, nah, man, that's not something that we're here to speak on, and you know how to navigate through individuals who are putting those types of questions to you, whether they mean well or not, which most don't. But if you haven't had the formal media training, then you have to work on the informal media training, which is only just you using basic common sense. The same way, if you was in the streets and conversations were taking place that you knew these conversations were like, these are some on 10. These are turned up to 10 conversations, and you know who you around, and you know you have that sense of knowing this ain't something I need to be talking about. Matter of fact, I don't even need to be around these people while this conversation is taking place. It's the same thing when they put the mics and them cameras in your face. And that's the problem, because some people, they turn into somebody else. You this way, and as soon as that light hits your face and that camera and that mic, and now you this, and you just go all in. But we got to always think about the ramifications of the things we say. There's power in words. Life and death is in the tongue. All these different terms that you hear are legitimate terms. And don't think that your light is so bright. Don't think that your fire blazes so high that it cannot be extinguished. And again, it doesn't mean always physically, but it could also mean just your reputation and just your light being distinguished from the point of, like, you say something. You know, we live in what they call the cancel culture, and we've seen it. But all that to the side is basically about simple respect. Because a lot of times, man, we say a lot of things on these platforms about people that we know we would not be happy if they said those things about us. We would not like it. We would not be happy if they said those things about a member of our family or somebody close to us, our children, you know. But the drug, the social media drug, is views. Social media, there are several social media drugs. You got views, you got clicks, you got attention, you got all these, you got likes. All of these things represent those drugs, and we take them all in at the same time, and we get high off of those things. Even the comments, because some people don't have a problem with the negative comments, but you got to be real careful in that regard and what you say and the effects that it may have on whoever you're saying it about. Because just because you know it, don't mean you're supposed to speak it. That's when you know it. But it's even worse to be acting like you know it or talking like you know it when you really don't. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all with another one. Y'all make sure to go to the Underground Dialogue podcast and check out the latest episode with Muhammad 2G and Aries the Dangerous Don. Y'all go to check that out right now, man, and I will hit y'all with the back end of this conversation real soon. Alright, peace.